Hi guys, this video is solving basic proportions. So understanding just a basic proportion, I have two fractions set up here, A over B equals C over D. Now, if you try to solve this, you don't really know any numbers, okay? So we have to apply our rules of fractions to solving this. So if I wanted to get rid of the b on the bottom, I'm going to need to multiply both sides by b, and that gets rid of the b on the bottom on this one. Now if I want to get rid of the d on the bottom, I'm going to need to multiply both sides by d, and that'll get rid of it, because if I divide b by b, I get 1. And if I divide d by d, I get 1. So what that leaves is a d times an a on this side, but when you're writing letters, you write it as AD. You write it in alphabetical order, is going to equal to, and then over here you have C times B, so you get BC. And if you go back and look at our original, A over B equals C over D, it's actually just a cross multiply. A times D, right here, equals C times B, or B times C, right here. And that works every single time. So, that being said, I've got a few examples here for us to look at using our cross multiply, now that we know why we're cross multiplying. Alright, so given this problem, we have 2 over 5, or 2 divided by 5, equals x divided by 25. And we want to find what is the x value. So, let's go ahead and set up our cross multiplying. And I'm going to draw both of them. But to save time, I always start with the letter. Wherever it's at, it doesn't matter where it's at. You always start with the letter. And so I have 5 times x. And so anytime you write a number and a letter, the number comes first. And then I need to multiply 2 times 25. And you can prevent this step if you want to and go ahead and say that 2 times 25 is 50. And then this is just a one-step multiplication problem, and you solve it by division. So you're going to divide by 5 on both sides to keep it balanced. And so when we divide by our 5, our x value equals 10. And then we can go check that if we want to. What times 5 gives me 25? Well, if you divide, you get 5. 5 times 5 gives me 25. So if I come up here and check 2 times 5, do I get 10? And we said x was 10, and so yes, that is the correct answer. You can also reduce 10 over 25 and get 2/5. So our x value is indeed 10. All right, let's try another one. 8 divided by n equals 2 divided by 20. I can reduce first, but I'm not going to do that just because I'm working on setting up the proportions. So let's go ahead and set up our cross multiplies. So n times 2, which we would write as 2n, equals 8 times 20, which is 160, and so we have to divide by 2, so n equals 80. And the reason we're dividing by 2 is we want to cancel out the 2 here and make it 1n, and then 160 divided by 2 is 80. Okay, let's try another one. 7 divided by 5 equals m divided by 12. So this time I'm not going to draw, I'm just going to look. My m is crossed with my 5, so I have 5m, and 7 times 12. Okay, well, without a calculator, you might have trouble knowing what that is, so just move over to the side and multiply it. 12 times 7. That's going to be 14, carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 8 plus 1. 7 times 1 is 1 plus 8 is 84. And so our 5m equals 84. And then our next step is to divide. Well, yellow doesn't work very well. Let's try a different color. Divide, try a different color. Divide by 5. So 84 divided by 5. Again, I don't know on top of my head what that would be. So I'm going to divide it. I get 1 into 8, and then that gives me 34, so that's going to be 6. So that is 30. Now I have this 4 left over. You always have to add your decimal and a 0 and bring it down. And now I can divide 5 into 40 and get 8. So I get m equals 16.8. So it doesn't always have to be a whole number or an integer. It's just whatever you end up getting. It can be a decimal. All right. Last one. Oh, big numbers. We can't do problems with, yes you can. You just still work them out the same. Okay, so, and I wasn't going to do my cross, but I did on this one. So 17x equals 100 times 5. So I get 500. I can't divide that in my head, so and you can always use a calculator if it's allowed by your teachers. So 17 into 50, if I do a 3, that's going to give me 51, so that's too many, so do 2. That's going to be 34, subtract that, I get 16, bring down the 0, and now I've got to decide, so let's do, well 2 was 34, so 4 would be, let's try 8, 6, carry the 5, 130, I can add 17 to that, so let's do 9, it'd be 3, carry the 6, it'd be 153, subtract, let me close that little toolbar, so I get 7, bring down my 0, 70, so let's try 4, it'd be 28, carry the 2, it'd be 68, and then I get 20, and I'm gonna stop there, so I can say x is about, and the way you do an about is you do a squiggly equal sign, because I'm rounding, 29.4. Okay, so I hope this helps in solving just basic proportions, and like my channel and like my video, subscribe to my channel and like my video. It does help a lot. Thank you.